Good evening. Sorry, just joking. Good morning. Where's Steve at? I don't know where Steve is. I'm cracking a joke. Anyway, good morning. My name's Ryan Davidson. I've been attending Hague Gospel for a few months now, but previously was at Warman Gospel. So I think many of you know, but perhaps you don't, what I do. So I work for YFC, and I've been on mission to open up a community center, youth drop-in / indoor skate park in Warman. And God's been doing amazing things. And I think probably if you know about Antioch, you probably know of the storied, sort of checkered, traumatic past of the Warman Gospel Church. And there's a lot of hurt there and a lot of wounds. And basically, we put together a provisional council about a year and a half ago. Steve Miller was part of that. Dennis Enns was part of that. And then a few from Hepburn, and then Ken Peters from Sutherland, and me, and Braden Friesen were also part of that. And we brought in an interim pastor, and we thought that would solve the problems, but it just didn't. It became very apparent that it wasn't going to work. And so a little while ago, I felt God calling me here, calling my family here. And it was shortly after that, strangely enough, that I got this profound vision for Warman Gospel, that it no longer needed to be Warman Gospel. It didn't need to be a church like that. God seems to be doing a lot right now, despite all that's happening. And I think we need to do things a little bit differently. And so I pitched this vision. I pitched the vision that we would take the church, we'd reinvent it, we'd essentially let it die so that it could be resurrected. We kept trying to do this thing, we kept trying to pour new wine into old wineskins. It just wasn't working, over and over and over, trying to resurrect this thing, but in the same form, and it just didn't work. And so I presented this idea. And so Lynn Dick, the executive director of EMMC, and Al Kaler and the PC sort of worked on my idea, this vision that God gave me for this space. And there was so many moments there, it just didn't look like it was going to happen. Just totally, nope, didn't look like it was happening. But God's unstoppable. I think Steve's going to talk about that a little bit. But truly, when His will is happening, it's unstoppable. And I think we have to approach His will with an open hand. That was, for me anyway. Every time I tried to grab it and take control of it, it just slipped out like a fish. But when I was open-handed about it, open-hearted, open-minded about it, He would make things happen. So anyway, we had this amazing meeting on Thursday. It was painful. There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of venting. But I've never seen God work like that ever in my life. And He's healed me from things like that. And He's done amazing things. I've seen Him do miracles in my life, but I've never seen God work like He did on Thursday. Holy Spirit speaking through so many people. And anytime there was an objection to the vision, someone else, not from the PC, not me, not even my wife, would stand up and have a rebuttal for them. And it's amazing when God speaks, there is no rebuttal. There is no response. It's just truth in our midst. And so basically this proposal was approved. So what we're doing is we're allowing Warman Gospel to shut down for some period. This is a leaping of faith. This is an exercising of faith. We don't know what it's going to look like. We're praying. We're envisioning. We're believing that God is going to provide it. He will provide it. And I said this last night, but a revival is starting. And I'm not using that word lightly. I would never use that word if I didn't think it was totally true. But something very odd is happening. In this church, in Hepburn, in Sutherland, in Warman, you guys are in this with me, surprisingly. And so, thank you for your prayers. I know you were praying. Please keep praying because there's so much more to do. There's so many more miracles that we're going to witness. And know that you guys are deeply, deeply tied to this. Whether or not you know it, you will. I think as the future goes along, you will see how tied into it you are. And so basically it's going to be a church plan eventually. We're praying for that. We believe that it's going to come. Something new, something more orientated towards the youth, young families, something that's tied in with the Antioch's ministry philosophy. And then I want to build an indoor skate park and turn the space into a community center and youth drop-in. So I could keep talking, but I won't. So thank you.